Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Face to Face. Now, today we are talking to a remarkable man, a man who has spent the past 15 years of his life trying to make the lives of unfortunate young men better. He has a fantastic relationship with Citi because Citi FM and Citi TV has also been collaborating and trying to help him in as many ways as it can to look after these young boys. Rev Reindolph Ashley, the resident director of the Handivangelism Children's Home, is my guest on Face to Face today. Rev Ashley, welcome to Face to Face.
Thank you very much.
You are a Baptist minister?
Yes.
How long have you been a minister, sir?
Since 1986. As a matter of fact, I pastored Tertiary Baptist Church from 1990 to 97. And then from there, I worked with other churches until we started doing this work with Handivangelism. So apart from me being the resident director, I'm also the pastor for Hope Community Chapel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And how did Handivangelism start? How did you decide to start a home for unfortunate boys?
Handivangelism, our work and our ministry, we work with persons with disability in general. So we have people, this Easter, we are organizing an Easter program for those who are visually impaired. We have Christian fellowships in some of these places. So during the Easter time, during the Christmas, we have it for those who are audio impaired. We say the deaf. So we put them all together, and then we have a program throughout that season for them. So out of it, we have an outreach program also around Kokoma Market and then Okanshi area and the central portion of Accra. So there, as you drive around town, you see them, those who are the beggars with their kids, we call them blind guides and stuff like that. So those children, these are the children that most of them are at my place.
So how did you get funding to set up in the first place?
We're blessed with an organization that helped us put up the place and other people who volunteered to help us get the place. So where we are now, we're not renting. It's our own premises. So children who are there, they are there until, after the age of 18 and to 2021, when they have been able to go through the tertiary and then do the national service. And then we do what we call rehabilitation and reintegration. So the rehabilitation takes place while the child is there, at the what we call the settlement or like a shelter. Then after that, we try and make sure that we connect them. We don't make the kids as the place as their permanent home.
Oh, okay.
Every child has a family. So we try as much as possible to connect them to their distance as much as possible. Maybe, in our society, we have a lot of external and distant relatives and stuff, yeah. So
you try to find these relatives when the children come to you?
Every child has a relative, yes.
Even those who are staying with you?
Yes, it's part of government policy. You're supposed to connect with them. And so whilst even they are there, their parents and those who have, most of them are, their parents have disability or those that we can find them, they come there, see them once in a while. We're able to connect them to them. So that's what we do.
Tell me, what is the difference? You're not an orphanage.
An orphanage would then, you get limited to orphans. But you see, the category of children, we have children who are on the streets. And maybe later we have children who are on the street and children who are off the street.
Okay.
There's a big children who are on the street and children who are off the street. Those who are on the street are those we see them around selling. Some of them, they are just doing few things to complement whatever the family is doing. But those who are off the street are those who are born there. Maybe it's one or second or third generation of children who are on the street. They're there, they live. And so people who are abandoned, kids who are rescued from child labor, children who are lost, so they'll bring them there, shelter, the government through social welfare. Anyway, we work with social welfare. We are in the Ghana East District, so social welfare, you can't do anything without social welfare. And the police comes in when they find them, will bring their police order on that child. And then social welfare will try and find out, because some of them, they are just missing. So we try and get them back to. So ours as a shelter sometimes. Some of the children don't live there for him, but they come there, shelter. When we're able to trace their families, then social welfare will take them back.
And how many people do you have help you do this? It doesn't sound easy for one person to look at all
Yes,
these kids.
we have staff, we have volunteers. We even have students who come from the University of Ghana to come and do their social. Those who are doing social work, they do that as their internship, take that place there. And then we have volunteers who come in willingly, people who are willing to come and help clean and stuff like that.
And how many kids do you have with you at the moment?
Now we have 26.
At any point? That's the maximum you can take?
As for taking, we can, but we have to be able to be sure that we have enough funds to cater for it, because taking care of their health, education, personal well-being, everything. So it's capital intensive.
And in the 15 years you've been running, how many kids have passed through your hands?
About 40.
About 40?
Yes.
All?
Those who have passed on. Those who will come and then they can't even stay and they will leave.
Oh, okay.
Normally you don't get everybody, not so many of them, but at least one or two will want to go. Some will also go and then they will come back. Okay. And we still keep a relation. Those who have really been able to go through, they still have a relationship with the home still. They come there, they come to church, they come to help, as like a support service thing. They always want to see those who are there, giving them, mentoring some of them from afar.
But doing so, you spoke about taking on children even from the social welfare side. Does that mean you get subventions from government?
So government subvention, you know how it is in our system. Probably we are supposed to be getting something from the common fund. But assessing it is difficult. Yes, but one thing that I can assure you is that they make sure that the work is done and it's done properly. So for my district, where we are, I think they are one of the best social workers. Auntie Teresa and Abed, they're very, very, very helpful. Anytime there's the need, any paperwork, they'll help you, they'll teach, do it this way. Because you see, apart from seeing it as a humanitarian, there are a lot of legal things you must be able to buy.
Really?
Yes. The health-wise, the children, the place must be neat. And then I think Citi and those who have been there will tell you, place you have to make sure that the kids are also safe. Personal security is very, very important. The kind of food that you give them, the staff, their health issues, you must make sure that they are certified. Because if they carry any kind of sickness, you can easily pass it on to the next people. And the kids too, we make sure that the environment, their rooms and stuff. So you're doing as much as you're doing it as a humanitarian, you must make sure that the kids are safe. And so that's why we love ours to be like a home.
Okay.
You take care of them.
Okay.
There must be that kind of love. So when you come there, they'll be calling me daddy, just like father and kids.
So can you run us through the basic setup of what happens if you get a child? What process do you go through until that child is 21 and leaves?
The first thing is that the child must be registered. There's a file open for him, social welfare, care order, care plan. You have all those things which we must follow. It's a government laid down policies and procedures that you must follow. This child, and the child must be in school.
So you have a school there?
No, they go to public school and they all come back.
Oh, okay.
We are now getting a place. By God's grace, we have a place now that we want to move and then build, where we'll have a school on the premises. Very big place. But the child must be healthy. You also have to take him to hospital for screening, make sure that he or she is not carrying anything that can be passed on. Once a while, the district health people also will come and screen the children, because along the way, a child may pick up. So from there, as the school starts, the child must be able to see ours too. We do a 4-dimensional thing: the physical, the mental, the social, and the spiritual. And so the mental has to do their schooling, academic work. The child must, apart from the regular schooling, those non-formal issues to educational wise, you have to add it to it. And then the personal well-being, that is where their health issues is. And then the social, like what your Citi FM is coming on Easter Monday to do, you know. And then we organize excursions, take them out. I remember, I think in 2008, yes, we took them to the stadium to watch, I think, Ghana and Malawi somewhere. I forgot. Namibia.
That was the second group.
The second group, yes. We took them, all of them. I was planning. Unfortunately, we couldn't. We wanted to take them to the ladies one.
Recent one?
Yeah, the recent one. But we tried to work with the national, so that, you know how the situation was.
You weren't too successful?
Yes, because of the sports, you know, these GFA issues and stuff. So that's what.
It's a remarkable story you're telling me. And you are personally vested in all of this. You said the kids call you daddy.
Yes.
Do you have your own family?
Yes, I have 2 children, Mama, 2 girls. So,
and how do you split your time? You are a daddy at home and a daddy at
pastor,
home?
Yes, because I live there. I live with them.
Okay.
So I am there with them and for them, you know. Because that's something that they may not have, and they may not even have anybody as a father figure throughout their life. So I represent that, you know. And I don't know other homes, but with ours, if you enter the kids, you can see from their demeanor that they are really, really happy and they love to be there, you know, because the relationship is small. That we always tell our staff and volunteers who come that if you see it as more of a profession, it becomes a problem, it becomes a burden. But when you see it as a calling, as a ministry, see, when you see it that way, it means that you are accountable to the Lord, and as you expect your children to, in our local language, so we should be there in a year, and I also there be. As long as you can take care of somebody's, then the Lord will also help with yours. So that's the kind of principle that we all see it more of a calling. I know a lot of people will say, oh, this work I want to, you know, people will come to you, or maybe you meet somebody and say, hey, I wish I could do it because it's not a thing on your heart. It's not the issue. So you must be called to be able to do it. You must love what you're doing. If you don't love it, well, these are children who are coming from diverse backgrounds. Sometimes people think that, oh, it's a street child, 6 years, 7 years, 10-year-old child, so you can manage. No. They are quite different, you know. Apart from all the book things that we'll learn, child psychology things that they will teach you as social. Yes, sometimes apply those principles. But you see, I think the strongest things and the greatest thing that brings change in life is love. And this one we're talking about, the one that is unconditional. See, until you love somebody, the person cannot even change. He's coming from, or she's coming from that kind of background where he or she sees himself as neglected. You know, whether it's abandoned or a child that's on the streets, somebody who doesn't know his parents, or the parents intentionally have given him up to society. So it's only love that can get the child to accept himself. And then the next stage will be the hope that you give to him through counseling, education-wise.
And I looked at the numbers, and there are not too many of such shelters as you have in Ghana, which is quite strange, considering if you compare the numbers to other places and you look at the numbers on displaced children that we have in this country. Right. Why is that so?
I think sometimes it's also the economic factor, and then others too, because a place like the Department of Social Welfare or Social Services is an area where governments, you know, those who are now, those who are past, and those who will come in future, should be able to, you know, channel their interest into those people. Because some of these vices, some of the attacks that we get in the night, are people who may be coming from that place. In the same vein, you can also get diplomats and future presidents also coming from the streets. Because people assume that because they are from that kind of background, they cannot do anything. A lot of them are really, really talented. As given the chance, I have one boy there And I'm sure those who have been watching our documentary.
Yeah, I'll be even getting to some of the boys that you have.
He is the N'Golo Kante to be.
That's the kid everybody calls Abanga.
Yeah, Abanga. Because, you know, Kofi Abanga, who used to play
for House of Folk and
is Kofi Agbavo. But because of the role he plays and so, very diminutive. But I tell you, Kante in the making. And he plays with the big boys, matches that will get, and you'll be surprised. So such kid coming from the streets, the help that he gets, one day he'll be playing for the national team.
And it's interesting that Reverend Ashley has brought up this young man. And in the course of our program today, I'll be playing you clips from some of these young men. And Abanga, as he just told you, is a little boy with big dreams of taking on the world. Listen to a story.
My name is Kofi Agbavo. My friends and my brothers call me Abanga. I am in class 4. My best subject is maths. And in future, I want to be like Kante, professional player.
Kofi's story of hope was envisioned some 15 years ago when the Baptist Church invested in a shelter it calls Handivangelism here at Hacho. Evangelism aimed at handicapped children, especially boys.
So that is the story of young Abanga, who really is determined to take on the world. And he has such a happy smile on his face telling his story, even though it's quite a sad one, that if you look at his background. But he looks like he's happy with where he is.
Right, because he was brought from the stone quarry. You know, these kids that they use at the stone quarry to crack stones and stuff. But he had all this talent. So once a while, you know, there they played, there's a small soccer field. And we started observing him from that angle, you know, quite young. Then when, you know, other big boys, we started taking on other groups, matches with other homes and schools around there. And everybody, you know, that's where we started noticing him. He didn't come there with the name Abanga. Then they started giving
him the name.
Yeah, Kofi Abanga. It's Kofi Agbavo. But, you know, the Kofi matched with the Abanga and then, you know, Abanga being a former player. And so it's stuck, you know.
And it's a remarkable story you are telling us. And for those of you who are regular listeners to Citi FM, who are regular viewers of Citi TV, you'll see a number running down there. Now, we've also been partnering with Handivangelism for the past almost a decade now, trying to help out some of these boys in what they do. And it's not just them. We've been doing this also with Mama Ladi Orphanage in Bogatanga. We've been doing this with the Baptist School Complex in Troto near Suhum as well. And we are open to receiving all kinds of donations from you. Food, you know, we take bags of rice, we take gari, we take cereals, we take toiletries, disinfectants, anything you will give us. And for those who also want to give us money, the mobile money number will be running down there on the screen. But let me just also mention it out for you. 0550 900 006. 0550 900 006. And on Easter Monday, we will all be going to these places in Bogatanga, in Hacho, Handivangelism, and we're talking to the man in charge right now to help out. And they will also go to Suhum, that's a Troto near Suhum, to also help out some of the disadvantaged kids, to make sure that they have at least a happy Easter. And you can contribute to that. That is why my face-to-face today is a special one with a man I consider remarkable, because it's not easy giving a part of your life away to look after others. But for the past 15 years, Reverend Ashley has just done that. He's made it look quite simple, but it is not. So for you watching at home, you look at yourself and your circumstances and see how best you can help some of these kids. Now, Reverend, let's talk money.
Yeah.
Tell me, how much does it cost to run your facility yearly?
Oh, yearly, let's break it down. It's always very good. When there's a huge problem, you break it down.
Okay, break it down
for the least. I just want to give it, that's the time when Jesus was feeding the 5,000. You know, that time they only counted men. So you're looking at about 10,000 people. And they had just 5 loaves of bread. So when the disciples came and said, this is a huge issue. They were in the wilderness. So, okay, what you do is that let them sit in 50s. See, the moment the problem is broken down into small pieces, you can handle it. It's easily manageable. So, for, let's say a child, school, feeding, transportation, let's say about 600 cedis a month for a child should be able to adequately.
600 cedis a month?
Yes, for one child. 600 to, let's say, 800, 1,000 should be able to take off food, clothing, health-wise in that sense when he's sick, just per month.
And you have 24 of these
26.
kids. 26
Yeah.
of these kids right now. And all you need is 600 cedis a month.
600 or 700.
Or 700 cedis to look after these kids.
And then our major challenge has to do with the utility bill. I think I spoke about
you still
the utility.
owe?
We still owe.
Have you spoken to anybody about this?
Yes, we've sent requests to a lot of people. We always want people to see what we do, and then you can bless us with it. We want people's involvement in it. So if somebody can come, okay, you take our electricity bill, and then you don't even come give us the money, but you pay on our behalf. You know, people are willing to do that. Somebody can sign a check to the electricity company that, okay, this every month I'm contributing this on behalf of this group or this home. That's the main thing. And then, like we said, food items, school uniform. Now I don't know which one we are going to.
Whether the brown one or the new one. What the government says.
Yes, I don't know.
They will
because
not force it yet.
All our children go to
public schools.
So we don't know which one. So for the meantime, you just bring us the old one. We'll sew it. Because we have a tailor, somebody too who has volunteered. So we just need the materials. Size books, pens, pencils, and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
The food items, as for, like we were saying, food items. And people have a lot of stuff. People have stuff. Things that they don't even use. Now, I want to chip in this.
Chip it in.
People come to me and they will ask, oh, Mama, I have a few things, but these things, they don't look good. So, but we don't reject it. The reason is that what will be termed as a rag can be used as a rag in cleaning places there. You understand?
Yes.
So anything you bring to us is useful and usable. So there's always difference between something that's, everybody is useful, but whether you're usable is the issue. So everything is useful and it's also usable because we'll find something to do with it. Okay. So if you bring us Gary, maybe we'll do a bar, and at one time there'll be soakings. And one day really like. All right. Then.
You are listening to Rev Reindolph Ashley, the resident director of Handivangelism Children's Home in Hacho on Face to Face. When we return from this break, I'll tell you the story of one of his graduates who intends to become an ambassador, yes, a diplomat to the world.
We spice up your mornings with culturally enriched conversations, social interviews, and policy-oriented discussions that will keep you updated on the progress of the nation. Let your voice be heard with the hashtag Breakfast Daily.
Single. There are people that have been in relationships since their teenage years, for 3 years, 4 years, 7 years, 10 years, and it's one day they're like, oh my gosh, I am literally by myself right now.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.
Every weekday at 8 p.m., Citi Newsroom brings you analysis of the major news stories of the day. In-depth, comprehensive, and researched. It's 1 hour of local and international news from 8 to 9 p.m. It's the Citi Newsroom. Weekdays on Citi TV. For all All the news, analysis, projections, and policies that affect your business. Curated and delivered in a simple and timely format. Watch Business Dashboard, your most comprehensive source of business news. Every weekday at 7 p.m. Only on Citi TV. Business Dashboard on Citi TV is sponsored by ADB Bank. Truly a Greek and more.
You are welcome back to Face with Rev Reindolph Ashley, a man I respect so much because, like I said, he's given up his entire life to looking after disadvantaged boys at the Handivangelism Children's Home here in Accra. It's near Hacho. And as part of what we do every Easter, as part of our Easter Orphan project, Citi FM, Citi TV, we go out there to help him and others like him. We go to Bogatanga, where we have Mama Ladi, and then we do the Baptist as well near Troto in Suhum. So we've been participating, but I just want you to also know some of the stories of some of these kids as you watch me today on Face to Face, and look deep within yourself and help us towards this Easter Orphan project. Now, Reverend Ashley, I want to talk to you about Nanaya Edu, our budding Mozart. Mm-hmm. I hear he's learned to play the piano.
Yes, Prosper Edu, as they call him. Yes, he self-taught, you know.
He self-taught?
Yes. And then after the interest, you know, you'll get the rudiments, but you need the other kind. So there's a school nearby, piano school, and so he's been taking lessons and he's doing well.
Yeah.
Soon we are going to launch him officially as part of our music group. You know.
I'll let you tell me about that music group in a bit. But yes, Prosper Edu, aka Nanaya Edu, we spoke to him and he tells us he wants to be a doctor.
Nanaya Edu has been in the home for over 13 years. He first got here at age 6 through a social worker. His new hobby is playing the piano, a skill he learned from one of the boys here. No longer does he sleep in front of a shop as his dad.
Life has changed for you, obviously. Greatly. Here is very good. Here is like a home to me because I call the director a father. Because he looks after me as my father would have done, and he does it better. We go to school, he gives us money, and thanks to Citi FM who has been donating onto us every year. We get drinks and other things to send to school. It's very nice.
So that is Nanaya Edu, aka Prosper Edu, as you can see, quite skilled on the piano. But you have a music group as well.
Yes, we're trying to put together kids who want to play like the instruments, as I said. There are those who also want to sing and rap. You know.
Oh, you have some rappers there too.
Yeah, I have one rapper. I'm sure the documentary Jacob, who is he has a name. He has his technical name for his rap. You know, there are gestures and stuff like that. So we're trying to put that together, and then they can entertain us and entertain others as well. So,
okay.
But like as I've been saying, every child has peculiar talent. You know, very, very talented one way or the other. You'll be surprised the kind of things that they can do, questions that they ask you. They are like every other child who, the moment the child gets very good environment, then the potential in him. We all say that all the things that we are saying is just a performance. Yeah. But the potential is yet to be seen. And harnessing it is the issue. So that's why you may not be able to do it, but others are doing it. You can support it so that you're all part of the people who are doing it for the nation.
All right. And then there's also Francis Nyameche. Now, Francis Nyameche is 12 years old, and he was living beside a toilet with his mother, who was the attendant at the toilet. But he's also been moved to the Handivangelism Center, and he now says he wants to become a sound engineer.
Yeah, and a mathematician.
Francis Nyamicha is 12. From living beside a public toilet where his mother was an attendant, he has a place he now calls home, with an ambitious aim of becoming a sound engineer.
I like it because I have enough food to eat here. I get shelter, and I have friends that will like sustain for my whole life. I go to school. I'm in class 6. My favorite subject is mathematics and English.
Why?
Because the world is all about English now. The world, everyone speaks English. So if you don't speak English, you are lost. And mathematics, everything, maths is inside. So you need to.
Yes, he's as a sound engineer.
Yes,
and it's interesting, the scope of dreams that they have.
Right.
You've opened up these kids to
5 years. He came,
infinite possibilities.
Yes, when he came, it was 5 years. He's been there for the past 7 years, And if you look at his terminal report from school, very brilliant. And very good at maths. And he's always fidgeting with, these gadgets and stuff. And at that age, we're just gradually introducing him to it and trying to help him sound engineering. So when you get there and you say you want Mama Beat.
Mama Beats?
Yes. He's the one who gives the beat, and then the other rappers will be doing it. But he just very, very creative.
Okay.
You can what you call the voice box or beatbox that they use there. Yeah. They'll be able to give you the beat right now, and then the rappers will do their bit. Whether it has to do with hymns, whether it has to do with local raps, it's the gospel rap.
But I find it interesting. You don't limit these kids even though you don't have resources.
Yeah.
So for some of these things, you are really pushing boundaries here.
Right. Because, as I said, every child, a total person, everybody, for you to be a total person, it's the 4 areas, and you must be able to do it 25% each. Then you become a total person. Your social life, your spiritual life, your mental capability, that's where wisdom and stuff comes in, and then your physical life. If you take care too much of your body and you leave your brain, you see there are people who are, the body is sound, but the mind is still like a baby. And then there are others who, the brains are so high, but physically and socially or spiritually they are down. So we try as much as possible to spread them out. Healthy children who are given opportunity socially to interact. So as they go out to public school, they go out, and then they come. So they see that place as their home, as their shelter, a place where they will have food and somewhere to lay down their heads. They are able to interact, so they are not timid.
Okay.
Come there, yes, as shy they may be, but they are not timid. So we have always taught them, whether it's through scripture or through our counseling sessions and personal interaction, for them to believe in themselves. Yes, the background may be poor. They are not the only people who have gone through that. Great people have gone through all these sessions. So a child's confidence is built. We teach them. There's a portion of scripture that, as a pastor, sometimes we have to bring in.
Of course.
It says, whilst we're yet sinners, Christ died for us. The Lord doesn't wait for you to change. He comes in with his love, and you're able to change. So they grow under the banner of love and accept. When you accept somebody, the person can change. You only have to accept the person. So we have accepted them first as people who have been created in the image of God. And you don't even know who one day will come and take care of you.
Okay. Yes. It's interesting. For instance, the story of the young man, Francis Nyamicha, for instance, who was living with his mother beside a public toilet before he came to you. So does his mother visit?
Yes. Very well.
She plays an active role in his life.
Yes. Sometimes what we also do is that we also try to rehabilitate the parents, try as much as possible to connect them. So we did that for the mom, who is now working as also like working with some people well settled there, and then the child has been with us for the past 7 years. The woman was the one who was working at the toilet. So at the end of the day, as they close, then they sleep just there. And then then he was so young, no schooling. Once a while, go to school, they were not able to take care of. And then somebody introduced, a social worker found out. So they brought him there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And all these talents would have gone by without, the nation even benefiting.
These are incredible stories that we are hearing from these boys on Face to Face today. And like I said earlier, it's because today I really want us to pay attention towards helping the disadvantaged on Face to Face. And that is why I have Rev Reindolph Ashley here with me today. And as part of our Easter Orphan project, like I said, we are raising funds and we are collecting whatever it is you need. Like Reverend Ashley said, nothing is a rag. Yeah. So we take everything that you have to give. So for those of you who are watching us today, you can just make a simple donation via mobile money, 0550 900 006, 0550 900 006. And you can also support us in kind with bags of rice, gari, beans, detergents, drinks, biscuits, disinfectants, milk, sugar, toiletries, like I said, books, because these kids are in school. They need school books, they need pens, they need pencils, they need rulers, they need coloring books, they need crayons, they need paint, so that they can also express themselves artistically. So anything you have to give, just
they need school uniform.
They need school uniforms as well.
Whichever
one. So just walk over to Citi TV or Citi FM, and just say that you are here to support the Easter Orphan Project as, part of this fantastic project. So you can support some of these outstanding boys you are hearing from today on Face to Face from the Handivangelism Orphanage in Hacho. We will also go to Mama Ladi Orphanage in Bolgatanka, and we will also go to the Baptist School Complex Orphanage in Troto near Suhum. So yes, you can also play an active role. You can just also join us, in fact, to go there and volunteer. Like I said, you can learn a bit about volunteerism, and volunteers seem to be a key part. You have them from all over the world.
Right. Normally from organizations from the University of Ghana. One who did his internship with us is supporting, through him, one of our boys in one of the big universities in Ghana. Very expensive, but they're paying it. And so his story, I'm sure you know.
Oh yes, I'm going to tell you about that one as well very soon. I'm going to tell you about that. And the person he's talking about is a young man called Emmanuel Adobo.
Adoboy.
Emmanuel Adoboy. Now, he's on his way to achieving his dreams of becoming a diplomat because he's taken international relations. I did international relations as well. So I'm very happy with this young man, Emmanuel Adoboy. He's a student at Webster University, Ghana's campus. And he tells us that his proudest moment was being able to enter Webster University from Handivangelism.
Emmanuel Adoboy is already on his way to achieving his dreams of becoming a diplomat, taking international relations at Webster University, Ghana campus. He tells me of his proudest moment at Handivangelism.
My experiences were with the children that I met there. I started learning with them, especially in things about geography, and it was really good. I saw how they were very interested in what I knew, and I wanted to teach them. And later I also got the opportunity to teach them in Sunday school, which I still do. And those were memories. I didn't know children could really give an ear to me like that. And it really changed my life.
Yeah, so that is Emmanuel's story. He a budding diplomat. I'll be looking forward to him, but his school fees as well.
Yeah.
His school fees could run your school for a year.
It can run the whole place for more than a year. But see, like you said, it is. Somebody came there. He then finished his senior high. There, we spoke to people. The student wanted just to help, so he went back. Spoke to people, and we always want people, Ghanaians especially, to encourage us and to help ourselves. We don't always have to wait for somebody, an outsider, to come and help. We're open to, outside help, but we are more open to ourselves because we can do it. People can be here and help as much as possible. So he came in, and then they have Webster in some of the states in the U.S., and they decided to, and they've been doing it.
Okay. Is he the first?
He's the first
person from your school, from your home, to go to university?
No, he's the third person. But the rest, one went to Tech. He did actuarial science.
Wow.
Yes, he's just finished doing his national service at the Rampon, the Central Region, and the one is in the UPSA now.
Oh, okay. And do they come back to help?
Yes, they are there. In holidays, they are there.
So they come back to tell their stories and
they
be examples?
They even stay with me there and help. They go back home, but they will come weekends. They will be with us, helping the place. Now, Emmanuel is there for the Easter break. Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever take a break off yourself?
I think I don't normally get break. When I travel, after whatever program, then I take a few days to rest. And it's a joy to be with them.
You've never had moments where you're like, oh God, this is too difficult.
No.
I need to.
The difficulty is when physically I am exhausted. But as for the joy of doing the work, I have it every day, because you see, you are filled every day with them. Sometimes their truancy even helps you to be alive. So we're growing. Sometimes you use that to even check yourself whether you are patient. You have that spirit of patient. And each child has a peculiar attitude. Example, I'm not going to, but example, I remember when one of them came first. There you will have to shower, you have to brush your teeth and shower in the morning, and then before you sleep. Oh, he said, that they have mujari too much. Because where he was coming from once a while. Yeah. But here you are supposed to take your showers. How they choose So this is an experience. You come in, lying on the bed becomes a problem. When you give them food, they are tough. You have to rush and finish on time. And you know how boys eat. Yeah. Gradually, they will settle down with the rehabilitation as the counseling goes on, and then they will fit in. And then become gentlemen. They're dressing. So you won't come there and see, their pants, as people call it. Yeah. No. I was giving them, because most of them don't know Otofista. Coach Otofista. I was telling them Otofista he never had hips and a waist. Yeah. So all the time his tracksuit was sagging, and so that's how we got that. But they don't even know anything about Otofista. So we were rather giving them. I got a picture from Kobran to show them.
Oh, you're a football fan, eh?
Yeah, Kobran is my brother.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The writer?
Yes, very well. So if you see, I'm sure if he has to watch this, he'll say, this is my man.
Okay, I will definitely inform him to watch this one as well. You are watching Face to Face on CCTV with Rev Reindolph Ashley, the resident director of Handivangelism Children's Home. Face to Face, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Tune in to The Point of View, Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. as Bernard Avlet takes the news further. He will bring the right guests, ask them the relevant questions, and get you the real insights you need on the big stories for the day.
I predict that 2 billion that GATT is supposed to raise is going to be very challenging. And I say that very carefully. Think about it.
The Point of View with Bernard Avle, Monday and Wednesday nights, only on Citi TV. For regular news checks as they unfold, 2020 news, all day, all the time. Politics, sports, entertainment, business, and more. 2020 news. We bring you the world in 20 minutes.
Yeah, welcome back to the final hurdle of Face to Face with Rev Reindolph Ashley. Now, Reverend, I've thoroughly enjoyed being with you. As we've walked through the remarkable stories of some of these kids, but streetism doesn't seem to be going away. In fact, we seem to have an increasing number of streetism at the moment, and some of them are not even coming from Ghana. They are coming from Niger, Chad. So what can we do about this?
Eradicating it will be impossible, because the children who are delinquent, no matter what you do, they want to have their freedom. But at least we can minimize it. See, where first the responsibility lies on the families. Families are supposed to. In our culture, we take care of our own. What it means is that your uncle can take care of you, your auntie can pick you up. But when we start giving, allowing people to be, go away and not caring, that's one of the factors. I don't want to say fathers. I think fathers are in the majority. Also, they'll bring forth and they don't care. But let's make it the parents should be responsible. It's not a responsibility. People think that it's a responsibility of government. The first responsibility lies with the parent who brought the child into the world. Then the government comes in to complement. And then society in general will also do the rest. But when the failure is from the family and the government is also not doing anything, significant, they're doing their best, but it's insufficient and inadequate, then we get this menace. As I said, we have children who are on the street, children who are off the street. Generations of them who were born there. Maybe the mother was born there. The mother herself is 28. No one, but the child is not good. But the grandmother is 35 years now. Because he had the child when I think he was 14. And then her child also got a child when he was also 14 or 15. So you can imagine, that's the kind of, and they love to be there. Those who keep begging and stuff like that, they are there. When you try and rehabilitate them, they will come back because they make more money begging. On the streets begging. So the street is where kids are exposed to all kinds of danger. And they learn all kinds of vices also from the street. Because there are areas where they live there and they have communities with their leaders, and they learn all kinds of bad behaviors from that. So solutions, which sometimes it should be a national issue. People should be involved in it. They should support so that we can, organizations like ours will be able to pick people out of it into shelters. Government can also help in the private sector areas. Normally we always see the private sector being the business areas where trade and stuff, but these are all private ventures. Ours is a private, where government support can come. Just as it will go to private venture, what kind of a business it is, same way, we'll support, financial support, so that it can be expanded. Because the government alone cannot do it. You go to the government-owned children's home, Kumasi and stuff, how many children can they? And you see, when it is, I'm not trying to indict the government-owned, but when it's private, it's more one-on-one. We're able to see, because you want it to succeed. You want a success story. But when it becomes a bindia, people they don't care. No matter whatever happens, at the end of the month, you make his money. And ours is more of a personal thing. We will have to go and give account one day. That's what we teach our people then.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Reverend Reindolph Ashley, Resident Director of the Handivangelism Children's Home here in Accra, right? It's in Hacho. So for those of you who in the Legon area, East Legon area, Medina, Denta, you can pass by every once in a while to give a hand in whichever way. But this Easter, you can be part of our Easter Orphan project, Citi FM. We've been doing this for a decade now, and we've done a lot with Reverend Ashley here, with his counterparts in Bogatanga, Mamaladi Orphanage, and also the Baptist School Complex Orphanage in Troto, near Suhum. We've embarked on a couple of projects. Then we'll be showing you some of these projects during other programs. But on Face to Face, like I said, you can just make a quick donation, 0550 900-006. 0550-900-006. Don't let this opportunity to make an impact in the life of a child this Easter pass you by. My name is Godfred Akoto Boafo. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Face to Face. Have a good day.